On YouTube, welcome in. Happy Monday. We're closing in on Christmas, man. I hope you guys are having a beautiful season this year so far. I know some people are getting snow. I think they got some snow overnight. The East Coast, I think, got hit with some snow. But we're not here talking about weather. We're here to talk about watches. And the perfect watch, does it exist? I think that's a valid question. That's what I want to go to today. And while you guys are watching, especially on the replay, because right now, what time is this? 11:31 Eastern Standard Time, and I am wearing the Call of Duty, aka the GPS Shots Jarrell Sniper Edition. Yeah, I added some other stuff to the title of this watch, but it's the Hamilton khaki. And your 2025 recap is here. Okay, dismiss. YouTube is always letting us know. Today's video, or today's live stream, is actually inspired by a few videos that I saw, man. It was a pretty interesting topic. And I am actually blending a couple titles today, a couple videos today. And I'm actually pulling up one of the videos. Let's go over here and check this out. Who is in the chat? Oscar, what's going on, brother? Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so I want to bring attention to one video that I saw that James, he said, I bought the perfect watch, but that's not the interesting part, right? So I dove into this video was like 7 minutes, 39 seconds long. I dove into the video, but I dove into the chat and was watching what people were saying in the chat, found it pretty interesting. And then he comes back the next day with a video that's titled, Can a Microbrand Be Better Than a Luxury Watch? Now, I get it, there's two different titles, but they work together. And let me explain. Is there a perfect watch? Is there a perfect watch? And I don't know, I'm gonna say this. From talking to people either on YouTube or just in general, I've heard people say that, hey man, this watch is perfect for me. I've said that about, hey, this watch is perfect for a number of things. It doesn't make it like the best watch out there, but I think it comes down to what are we comparing it to? What are we basing it off of? Now in James's video where he said, can a microbrand be better than a luxury watch? This, depending on what watch you get, this could literally take you down the rabbit hole of searching for a particular timepiece that scratches every itch, it checks every box, it has the history, it has all that stuff in everything, right? Hold up.
I'm not sure if I should be thanking Airbus watches for saving.
So he's talking about Airbus. We'll get into that in a second. But there's a number of elements I want to discuss real quick. Robert Wood, howdy. What's going on, brother? Welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, put it in the chat, man. If you watch this on replay, what were you wearing at the time of watching this video? I am very curious. And also, if you would, what would you consider to be the perfect watch for you? Whether you consider it to be perfect or not, what do you think is the best watch? And I'm not asking if you can only have one watch in your collection. I'm just asking like the perfect watch for you. Is it a daily driver? Is it a piece that reminds you of something? Because I know, Rob, you said you have a watch, not your dad's watch, but something similar to your dad's piece in your collection. Very special piece. You have some very interesting pieces too. And I've just seen that across YouTube that there's a number of people that have showcased a number of watches that they gravitate towards. But, all right, so I have a friend, right? He wears Fossil. I've shared this before, but if you're new, I have a friend that has a Fossil watch, and he's been collecting Fossils for years, maybe 20 plus years. And he swears by this watch, that brand. And he wears them. He said, like, hey, look, I got it on my wrist. That's it. Now, he has different variations, different models and stuff like that, but they're all Fossil. Now, you plug that into YouTube, right? And for somebody, just imagine if he created a channel and he wants to talk about his passion about collecting fossil watches, he will be accepted by a community of people that follow fossil, those that are looking for fossil, if YouTube plugs those people into the algorithm. But for the other group of people that are into Rolex, Oris, Gruber 4C, all of these different brands, a fossil would be like, he'd be like, hey, that's cute, that's nice for a starter watch. Now graduate to the next level. What's the next level for him? Is there another level for him? And I think that's a legitimate question. Let me see what Fred is talking about. With James' video comparing the Grand Seiko to the Erebus tip, for me, I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing a $5,000 watch to a $400 watch. I mean, worried about scratching it, etc. Okay. I have my dad's Accutron and my grandfather's Accutron and the Elgin that is identical. That's the one. Okay, yeah, the Elgin. Thank you. Yeah. And those other ones are like, yeah. Okay. That was identical to my one of my dad's wore when I was growing up, which I know that thing brings memories and stuff like that. That's a special watch for you, special watch. And you know what, I will say this too, if somebody came across that watch, you know, because I've seen you show it, right? And I know for me, let me just say this, and this is directed to you, Rob, if I happen to be out somewhere and I was like, hey man, that's the same watch that Rob's, like, how much is that watch? And they tell me it's a price. I'm like, you know what? Let me get that watch. And now it's not gonna have the same meaning that it has for you. But for me, I'm like, this is a watch that you gravitate towards. And I told you I got a lot of respect for you, bro. So I'm just, yeah. I think this whole watch game is very poetic. It's enjoyable, but then there's so many angles and tentacles to this thing, man. It's crazy how this thing works out. Yo, it's your boy Leo. What's going on? I see Elgin is a cheap brand. Am I wrong? When is your next watch battle? Next year. Yeah, next year. Actually, yeah. Let me address that real quick. Leo, it is going to, like, I'm going to start. We're starting. What do you call that? Gosh, what is it? Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of folks battling. So we're leading up to a grand championship and stuff like that. And the last battle is going to end up on the ship, a cruise ship. So yeah, battles will start next tournament. I can't think of it. We're starting a battle tournament. Yep. So we're going to get into that. Yeah, so as far as the perfect watch, or, you know, like what James was saying, Erebus over Grand Seiko. And I saw somebody comment was like, how can you compare the two and stuff like that? And it was like, well, look. And I'm sure that James already knew that that topic, the whole topic of these things that he's coming up with, going to be challenged. They're going to be met with people that's not going to see it that way. And across the board, man, I've seen a number of videos lately that gravitate towards you or me getting the perfect watch or the best watch for your collection, or what is your collection missing. When I did my State of the Collection live, there we had a debate about that. We had a whole conversation about what should be in my collection or what my collection is missing, right? And I thought about that, y'all. I thought about, like, what is my watch collection missing? And there are some pieces that I would say are missing out of my collection. I actually have this, man. I shout out to my man for sending me this book. I have an Oris book, which is pretty dope. And yeah, as you go through this, right, you read the stories and things of that nature, man. And I like these books for the purpose of, yeah, they like, it's outdated as soon as you get it because they're on to the next. But like, look at these dials. Look at these dials. I think that thing is crazy, but hold on, I'm trying to get to where you at. The Aquas Pro 4000. That is a thick watch, big boy. But guess what? I went out to Reese Nichols and saw this watch in person. I was so impressed with that watch. That watch is so massive. It's so beautifully crafted. it just, I mean, it hit me. I was like, man, this thing is gorgeous, man. This thing is gorgeous. And in that moment in time, I kind of visualized, like, if I had this watch, what would I do with it? Where would I go? And it wouldn't be an everyday piece for me, but I would tell you what that hit home for me, that right there, I will wear it every day. I put this on my wrist. I actually have a short with this watch. That will be a one and done. I think that will be like one of the most perfect watches for me because it captures something. I love the artistry of that watch. I love the tone, the way it fits, where it looked on my wrist. And then I didn't even get in these other scenarios where I would take the watch, but my mind already went there. So like imagine an episode of Pee-wee Playhouse, right? And I go into the land of imagination, or who was the first one to do it? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, you know what I mean? Like the land of make-believe, but like in my mind, or nothing, it's just a matter of time before I get to that point where I got this watch on out in the Bahamas, or I have this watch on out in Cancun, or flying overseas, you know, like, yeah. Hannibal, Oscar, Elgin vintage models are historic. They are popping up in the pocket watch to wristwatch models. They are coveted. Same as Waltham, Illinois Watch Company, Hamilton, etc. We are going, I don't know what ship is leaving out of Texas. It's Carnival Cruise, but like, I can't remember what ship it is. Forgive me, I have to get the information. Investing point. Wait, what am I? What I am saying is, in a way, wearing a cheaper watch can be a more enjoyable experience as don't have to worry about you damaging it. We first have to define perfect and use it in proper context. Is it perfect by design? Is it perfect mechanically? This perfect word, bro, like you gotta think too, that perfect word can actually go into some other areas, man. All right, so the other part to that is what I want to add to this perfect word. Because James opened the door, he opened the door to a microbrand versus a well-established brand. Excuse me. And that puts me in this realm right here. So you have AliExpress type brands, or like your Pagani, right? So this watch right here will be perfect for somebody that's looking for something with gemstones, something that looks different. Like if they want that mechanical look, or they may not even know they want it, but they're like, hey, I want a skeletonized piece, and you know, they can describe it on paper, and then they go and look and they find it like, yo, this is it. That's perfect, right? They get the watch, and there's going to be, let's say 100 people want to looking for this. 100 people across the world was looking for, they described this watch, they found it. And of that 100, 15, let's just say 15 people thought that this was the best watch once they got it sized to their wrist, once they wore it into wherever the experience, and they don't want to do nothing else. They don't want to do anything else. They post it on Watch Crunch if they discover it. They post it on Instagram or maybe even TikTok. Yeah, and this watch will be perfect for somebody that's looking for that vibe, that aesthetic. That's perfect for somebody, right? Now, the mechanical movement is a perfect movement. It's functional. This particular watch, we're gonna talk. This particular watch runs pretty good. Far from perfect because I mean you can tell time on it, but like all the other functions, man, like it's a complete date watch. Man, you can't see that stuff, man. And if you wear long sleeves, one thing I've noticed about this watch that it will unscrew the pushers every time. Like so, like, and you don't want to screw it down to the point where it's like you crushing the thingamajigs that keep I can't even think of the name of it, but y'all know what I'm saying. What phase am I in? The phase right now, I am in the keepsake phase. I am looking right now a watch that defines my time, my effort, the passion that I have. Like I want something that is enjoyable, but it means a lot, right? So I don't know. It's like I'm in a creative phase, man, and I've looked at a number of watches that something past just your basic NH35 and just a common design. You know, I'm in a phase where I want something that just hits just that. I want something creative, but like it has to be wearable. Nothing that I'm just gonna wear every once in a while. I had that in this piece right here. I wore this piece on a regular basis, and this one always reminds me of like, because it's a train watch, it's a field watch rather, but it was born in a city that is like, you go Cincinnati. You think Cincinnati, you think about the railway system. So that watch right there, and then they have the Minitrack is actually like a railroad. So this watch did it for me, and then it's like you look at it, I'm like, man, it's beautiful. I was just mesmerized by the color, the font, how elegant this watch looks, but at the same time, it was built to be worn. It was built to be treasured. But then, you know, I will say this because James had mentioned that his perfect, hey, how you doing? His perfect watch, he had it, then he sold it, right? So he asked you guys, and you guys can go over there and answer that question if you missed that video. What do you say about that? If you found the perfect watch and it was sold, does that mean that's the perfect watch or no? You guys answer that in the question, in the thing. Perfect at the point in time for a particular person, taste, lifestyle changes over time. So the ideal of a perfect watch will change too. Yeah, it will, won't it? It definitely will. There are phases collectors go through as tastes evolve and their understanding of collecting matures, starting from the simple acquisition phase to check the boxes to art curation. It does, because you guys know when I was going through my Invicta phase, it was all about the collect. And then I went through a phase of, I was so intrigued with the people. I thought the people were so interesting at one point. What they did in life, how they talked, how they carried themselves, and to see them with these watches, man, in some of their positions. Even then, I looked at what they drove. Just getting to know these people, man. It was an amazing experience doing YouTube, man. It was crazy when, like, my first 2 years of doing YouTube, I went through this phase, and I want to say 3 years in, and I started looking at my watch boxes and just looking like, man, I was just like, yo, I collected so much. I like this, that. I've touched every base. Man, this is amazing. Year 4, I'm like, this is a bit excessive. Wrist time, it's crazy. Like, especially when you get into 300 watches. Yeah, like I had over 300 plus watches, and then, you know, my wife had 200 some watches. So like in total, we got like 500 watches just all over the place between the both of us. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna give that to that person. I'm gonna give that to that person. I'm gonna sell this one. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna do this. Like, oh, wait a minute, hold up. I can sell these and get this watch. So that was, man, I went down this rabbit hole, which, and I'm gonna get into the chat, give me a second, which brings up the next point to James's point is, what does a YouTuber do in this situation? You know, like every YouTuber is different, right? Every live streamer, I mean, you have a number of people, like, you guys know this, who's out there. You know, there are people that will go through the stories. There are a number of people that the story is the biggest thing about the watch, right? They make it beautify. They'll take you on this ride. And then you have the technical spec YouTuber that they are breaking this watch down and bringing in history. But all of them, every YouTuber on here right now on the platform, everybody intersects. Everybody's style intersects in some type of way. You have those that own stores. They own their own stuff. And then you have some that own stores, and then they come out with their own watch, right? It's very interesting how this thing is unfolding. And I do agree, over time, you're going to change. You're going to change because, I'll show you this. Matter of fact, let's pull one up right now. Because I brought props. I have an Invicta. chronograph. This right here, 47 millimeter. And I imagine I did not bring. I don't know, but let's just say it's 18 thick, because it is a thick beast. You see that rotor on the back? This is powered by the Value 7750, and you'll pay a premium for that movement, right? But there are some people that own this watch right now that will swear that this is a grill level watch. They will swear by it. This is it. This watch means everything to them because they acquired it, because they have purchased so many of the more inexpensive Invicta pieces, all the court stuff, all of the character pieces, the sports pieces. And then when they got into this was a series. This is serious horology when it comes to Invicta, because this is a part of their reserve line. As you can see the badging right there. And I'm telling you, just like, I don't care what brand, and we're talking, I don't care if it's Oris, Breitling, they have their core collection, and then they have those that's top tier, high level, right? That's what this was. That's what this meant. Then you had watches called Elite Diamonds. They were still reserves, but they had Elite Diamonds. At one point, Invicta sourced their diamonds, and it was certified by Invicta. This was back in the day. So anybody that has this, before you heard the word or the term enthusiast, you could not tell. And they were an elite group of collectors. And still to this day, this watch right here is coveted by a number of people. There are a number of collectors that's coming into Invicta right now that hear about these watches that like, hey man, you want to sell it? And people are like, nope. Now, that doesn't resonate or identify with some people that are used to higher end watches. They won't do it. Half the money, y'all. I'm wearing my JLC Mirror Rocks. What's going on? Ben 10 is in the building. James made an interesting point about watches don't have to be for every situation. Yup. We buy a watch, enjoy it for a while, and sell it off. Yeah, Johnny, I saw that. The champ is here. What's up, man? Captain Spalding, welcome in. He said, easy, chump. Sorry, chimp. Champ. Man, boy, you get your C's all messed up. I'm thinking I'm starting to redefine my collection and focus more on alarm watches, mainly from JLC, but also Gerard Perregaux. I want a collection. Why you got a collection? By trying to focus on one brand is truly difficult. I tend to have a few sub collections in my collection, sections in my collection, especially with adding Nevada Grinchen to my collection. Ben 10, guess what? I was looking at Nevada Grinchen, and there are two pieces. There are two pieces that when I saw them, man, and look, and I said I was trying to stay out the dive watch category. It's impossible for me. It's impossible because there are some divers out there that I'm like, oh gosh, these things are amazing. Look, and like, well, there are two. What is the Antarctic collection? And that, historically speaking, the Antarctic collection for Nevada Grinchen dates back to the 50s. So like, I'm like, yo, that kind of right. So to answer your question, John, that's another thing that is like, I'm digging into. Matter of fact, where is it? Where you at? Okay, I'm starting to dig back into the archives, and I'm not against vintage pieces, man. But this one, even though this is a modern day version of the original heritage piece, well, it's heritage now, but it's 1938. I'm more interested in that at this present time. You know, and you know, I ask myself as I'm searching, what watch company will provide a watch that's reachable for me? You know, is it an investment away from me? You know, is a $5,000 mark, and it's not so much. Well, the money is a factor. The money is a factor because I don't have it to where I could just go out and drop $20,000 on a watch. I'm not saying I would drop $20,000 if I had it, but there are some watches that I think, and I've seen some that's in that they're between $2,500 all the way up to like $7,000. And those, I think, over time, over the course of a year, if you do it properly, you can obtain that watch, aka me, can obtain that watch. Nevada Grinchen, as long as I can loosely remember the history of the watch, I'll keep amassing a large collection. Risk time is all Baloney. A collection is just that, collecting. Design Atelier watches hit different yesterday. They look really good. I would say, okay, as far as that's concerned, Design Atelier. I think that was a great live stream. Jason pretty much laid it out there. I had put a comment that, was it, how does it say, today's price is not yesterday's price? Something like that. And it's not. So what you would pay for a watch. Now, I want to say this, because I mean, if I had to, all of us were a part of that conversation, I guess, in a sense, if you look at a watch, right, and you like it, and you see the price tag, and you're like, crap, that's out of my budget right now, do you start comparing it to watches that are mainstream, that have been established? I think that's a valid question, because that was one of the things Jason alluded to when he was out there doing that Dubai week, was about 2 weeks ago. When you have a watch and it's over a certain dollar amount, because I think that it's easier for people to approach a watch if it's a, matter of fact, hold on, this, right? Microbrand. And you're talking about $400 to $500. You're like, okay, you know, of course you'll still do the comparison thing. I'm sure you will. Some may say, hey, you know, let's see what Seiko has. But that's different. That's not a Seiko. That's something completely different. Maybe this watch right here, just by the design cues, the aesthetics of this watch, maybe this thing hits or like pulls on your heartstrings, or like you like the artistic portion of your brain, like, oh, I love those designs. I love those angles. Yeah, let me check that out. But when you get into a watch that's like over $1,000, you have other options. A lot of other options open up to you. So that flux is $2,800. Now, if you're like any other consumer, I'm not gonna say enthusiast, like you may like the watch, be like, okay, $2,800. What option do I have? Do you go to Heritage? Like, because you can go to Longines off the rip and get a number of pieces, but it's not that flux. You can run around all you want to find whatever watch, but if that flux is the one that grabbed you and you want it, and you're looking at the dimensions, you're looking at all that it does, you're like, if it's living rent free in your head, I mean, you might want to get it. But I think sometimes Heritage will block. And y'all had to answer this question if I'm wrong. Then, you know, well, in my mind, I think that Heritage can keep you from buying something, depending on the price. I like how you think, being 10, what time, wrist time is not a requirement. Nah, because like, shoot, I don't wear every watch I get in my collection, but it's there, so it's mine. I'm not gonna let a watch make me feel guilty because I didn't wear it much. Totally share your view, Ben 10. My aim is to own ever-growing collection that will become when I relocate to heaven. Okay, so my family can see evolution of collection over the years. Ooh, hold up. I want to tag that. I want to pin that rather. I said tag that. Yo, that's that, John, bro. Yo. I dang near want to end a live stream on that one. I ain't even gonna go live, bro. Wow, bro, And that will dang near sum up this live stream, bro. I mean, you know what? So, John, let me say this, man. When I started this thing 7 years ago, you know, I started out with I was passionate about showing my Invicta pieces off. And that's all I wanted to do. And I wanted to know people. I wanted to know why people collected the way they did. And I was just focusing on one group of people. And I was all Invicta collectors. I wasn't focusing on anything else. And time showed me that, okay, as I was collecting and as I'm doing this, there's other things. There's like, you cannot avoid YouTube. You can't avoid the world around you, man. And Timex. And then I started thinking of, like, I call Timex Casio. I started thinking about, like, when I was younger, what was the watches that really had me in love with this thing, like time, horology, right? Before I even knew the term horology, man, I didn't, like, if you could date back 4 years ago, I wasn't even using the term horology, man, because honestly, I didn't even know what it meant. And I'm just being honest. I was like, what the heck is a horology? You know, I'm seeing this on different people's stuff. I think TGV had referred to it. I said, well, horology. So I went immediately Googled it. I was like, oh, huh. Imagine that, right? And I could not avoid, right, that part. Then the other part of YouTube, honestly, just speaking candidly, that wasn't getting me anywhere. It was like, it was so hard. Just, okay, I'm talking about Invicta. And even though I still have people that will say, hey, Trap, can we have more Invicta shows? Can you do more Invicta stuff? Invicta that. I'm like, well, you got to understand that in my mind, art is a part of who I am. I inherit that from my grandmother. So I love the beauty of a well-crafted piece. I enjoy how people conversate. You know, I just watched who was that blog to watch last night or this morning, and Ariel interviewed Jay Leno, and I loved his approach to Jay Leno's approach to watches. Man, he was like the mechanic, like he referred to like quartz, like I don't know, I'm cheating on horology or cheating on watches by using quartz, because y'all know automatic versus quartz. I would say, dare I say, more people will gravitate towards either mechanical or automatic versus a quartz, because it's like, quartz is a soulless timekeeper, and just using words that I've seen on YouTube before. Let me read these chats. Currently, the rule is nothing leaves the collection ever, so the decades are defined by my taste. I like that. I like that. Trap. The way you speak about these watches by adding a backstory watches could boost your viewership. Okay, own it. JC Watts just was watching, and my only view on this subject is there's no perfect watch. I collect Zellos now. Each has a certain aspect I love. I have over 30, and each is unique in its own. You got 30, oh, hold on. You got 30 watches or 30 Zellos pieces? Please elaborate. Please let me know. He definitely. My humble opinion. Okay. JC, watch out. Yeah. And that's why I like to have these conversations, man. Because I like to get your input. And the other thing too is I want people to understand, like when they come and visit this channel, I want them to see what it is, because that is a part of research too. Like when people trying to find a particular watch or the perfect watch. I don't think there's anything wrong with searching for the perfect watch, if that's what you got in your mind. Because it's fun. Like, oh man, this watch is perfect, man. For example, man, I was like, I say this about this Seiko. There's something I didn't mention before about this. You know, my dad owned a similar Seiko like this, and I don't know who to this day took that watch. When my dad died, somebody took it. I don't know who did it. Somebody in the family got it, and it was similar to this watch. So when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's like my dad's watch, and he got this watch back in like the late 70s, right? It was similar to this one. But when I saw it, I was like, that's perfect. That's it. That's the watch right there. And I worn this watch. I enjoy this watch so much. And I've said this before, I'm not a gold fan. And there were, reviews on this watch. Those reviews did not move me at all. It wouldn't have swayed my decision on buying a watch, because I think this watch just fits what I needed to fit. And I wear it. I enjoy this watch. And I'm not concerned if it's perfect or not, man. It hits. And this is a watch that will never leave my collection. And it'll be passed down, and hopefully, that my children will enjoy that watch and keep it and cherish it. Hold on, let me do this because this YouTube is being documented. Children, very important watch. When you come across, when I'm gone, know this watch. It'll be in the box somewhere. It'll be amongst my stuff, so okay, Dad said that watches. Yeah, so that's that. After seeing your collection, there's a ton of overlap. So for someone who might consider ditching a handful and using Yeah, I agree with you, John. I do agree. Design today straight up told save your money for his watch because they're not expensive. Hey, how you doing? I'm all right. German bills are man. Hold on, we're gonna get into that. Hold on. Let me get through these comments real quick. He was blunt about the make the watch cheaper comment. Design today was like, nah, I'm not cutting my already narrow profit margins for you booty poos. That's great advice for Trap, John. Increase our handling, and I'm buying it. When talking, say over 2K, I would definitely compare to the bigger brands with history and some part of the value proposition. Hannibal is a bad influence on Trap, in my opinion. He makes him buy everything. He said Trap make me buy. So happy where I'm at. And that's a great statement right there. I'm happy where I'm at. You're not slick. Stop trying to be a victim. I ain't going back and forth. I'm not a victim. I'm being abused. Not abused, just bust. Trap has over 150 watches. I blame Hannibal. This is hilarious. Trap Ben 10 is attacking me and getting defended me. Yo, DK is in the building. Hey, man. Hey, did you guys, hold up, side note, you guys see DK? Watch their latest video, bro. And I'm going to tell you why. There's 2 points in this video where it's a blatant pop, 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 pop. And yeah, just know, bruh, that video had me crying. DK, man, his way of words is crazy. I love, of course, especially high accuracy, like my citizen, the citizen, seeing UX field driver, high accuracy course. 30 Zellos? Okay, all right. I just need that clarity. That's dope. That's dedication. Satana reporting for duty. The perfect watch does exist, but only for someone personally. Ooh, yes, sir. Congrats. That citizen is, man. So where's your Murph? Actually own 30. You own 33 now. Okay. So did you order the newest one? The one that just came out today? I'm sure you got that. That might be a stupid question. Scholar, one and done. It's never leaving my collection, bro. What's never leaving your collection? Okay. Anything above 2 of anything is an enthusiast. Oh, you're saying the Murph will never leave your collection. Okay, gotcha. Enthusiast is for those who like watches, but not necessarily buy them. A collector is one who buys multiple of each brand. And by that definition, I was definitely a collector, man. But like now, whew, man, every watch has a purpose, man. Every watch has a purpose, and some are enjoyable over others, man. This one right here is an enjoyable piece. And I know you guys haven't seen this before. I know for a fact you guys haven't seen this piece before. This is my PRX, one of the finest watches that I have in my collection. One of the most wearable, fun. I call this Snake Eyes. I know this is like your first time seeing this watch, but you know, yeah. Just know that. Just know that. I like that watch. I was nervous for JP when I saw a review for Noctua from DK, but it seemed like he actually liked it. Hey, yeah, cause DK, man, he got a way with words, bro. He got a way with words. I like high luxury quartz because when the battery dies, you can go to the store and get treated like luxury. Yo, Godfather's in the building. What's going on, bro? Sparkling water, to be exact. Sparkling water, oh, Francois. Teddy Turtleneck made me buy them when I was a pup. Ha! Giving you some, imitators. You're making a dark Murph? Would love to see grab a milestone watch from someone with artisanal craftsmanship Alanga, Kadoki, Jasper, Holy. Well, John, to add to that, sir, there are four. There's four on my radar. I have I'm 48, man. I'll be 49 next year, and I have, Lord willing, I make it to see 50. My 50th, and it may or may not be the Panerai. For like, there's a few other watches. Well, Panerai is on that list, but there's a few watches that I got my eye on that I got a chance to see two of them, but there's one individual watch that I was like, I want to see, I just got to see this watch in person. I want to like manipulate, hold it, look at it and stuff like that. But I do have one watch, actually, I'm tripping. There's 26 watches that I went through that could possibly be a significant piece for 2026 for my collection. Because like right now, I'll run you through what I have. Of course, I got, Hamilton is always going to be a watch that I gravitate towards. And there's a couple of vintage Hamiltons that I came across. And I was like, Cincinnati Watch Company is a brand that I absolutely dig. Of course, you guys know I like my Seikos and stuff like that. But you know what's crazy? I was sitting there thinking, my imagination was just going crazy. I was thinking of like Indiana Jones. Can you imagine Indiana Jones as a professor sitting in an office in the university talking to his students, right? And he has this piece on right here. That's what this type of piece is, I think. But then when he goes out and looking for treasure, he's wearing something like that. And I said, you know what? What piece that is artistically designed can represent both of those, like an in-between? So yeah, I'm just looking at stuff like that. Watches that could potentially go on, not so much a celebrity, but because we have those people, archaeologists, you have people now. I just ran into a guy here, man, Dr. J. Well, we're just gonna call him Dr. J. He just got his doctorates, and I saw the watch he had on his wrist, which was a Shinola, and I was like, wow. And he loved the thought of, or the concept of his watch, and he actually did the tour up there in Michigan. That based on his serial number, they can direct him to the person that assembled his watch. But I think it's pretty cool. It was sick. Something. Yeah. So John, with that, man. All right. So let me tell you a part of my thought process when it comes to this thing is I remember my grandmother before she passed. My grandmother was an artist. And I've shared this before, but my grandmother was like a street artist, meaning she took a bottle, just a regular mason jar, right? And she took a bunch of glass, like different stuff, different like wine bottles, all type of just whatever's glass. And she would literally put it in this wrap it up, and she'll smash it. Like she'll go through this whole painstaking event of just smashing this stuff, right? And then she will take it, had her gloves, and she'll pour it into the bottle in different designs. She did it carefully, man. So when she was done, she had at least 7 of these bottles, and she'll put them in the window, different parts of the window. So as the sun comes up, it will put all this stuff. It's almost like church glass. It was so beautiful on the wall, and it will sparkle and stuff. Man, it was one of the dopest things ever. Because we had this window that sat in the room. She was in a 2-flat and a duplex or whatever, but it was we were the top floor. And we had this one window sitting way up. And as the light comes in, it was sparkling. Point being, me saying that is, that's what I think about when it comes to certain watches. And yes, I do want a hand-built watch. I want something that was crafted, not mass-produced, because I have that already. I got a lot of mass-produced watches. And granted, like all jokes aside, I've shown this watch so many darn times. I do enjoy this watch. However, that is one of Tissot's Tissot's biggest things. Is like they were the first if I'm not mistaken, Tissot was like the first company to mass produce a watch, just like Henry Ford mass producing that Model T. I believe that was the first company. And then, of course, when the PRX came out, they was like, hey, we want something anti-magnetic. So now you got that, which always trips me out when people talk about the plastic that's within that watch. I'm like, that's what that watch was designed for. Date back. Like, think about it. And if that's not your fancy, there's so many other watches out there that don't have that movement, that still give you the Powermatic 80 or 80 hours of power reserve. But yeah, I definitely want a watch that is handcrafted, not just assembled like that. Even, I mean, and I can appreciate somebody ordering a bunch of movements, taking that movement apart, putting a spin on it, and putting it back together. But I definitely want a handcrafted piece, because like that, I feel like that is a one of one, right? Now, when it comes to like the price and stuff like that, and I don't want it just to showcase on my channel to say, hey, look, I got this. I'm a part of a certain class. I'm like, I can't allow myself to get caught up in that foolishness, man. That's when I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, I'm one of y'all. Nah. I don't. I just want something, and it has to define who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, even based on this channel, because this channel was based around the passion of horology, if you will, the lifestyles of people, man. Because I think you guys honestly are the dopest part of watch collecting. Outside of looking at a watch, you have a lot of people with different tastes, different backgrounds, and things of that nature, man. And I think that's pretty dope when you get to know these people and learn. Hamilton is hyped up by enthusiasts. Nice watch, but got the Tudor Ranger feel. Boring but durable. Hey Ben, you know what? I can't disagree with you on that. I can't disagree with you. I mean, Hamilton is hyped up by the collectors. Have one here, but for me, I can bypass the hype of what this watch was, man, and just always gravitate towards these watches saw war. No, but I'm in a different mind state because I'm a vet. That has a whole different meaning for me. And I still recall going to, like, when I first joined the Army, and they give you $200 to go shopping, and you get your shower gear, shower shoes, and all the other stuff. And whether, like, there's a couple of things that you can buy in there. And I bought my watch, which was, what did I buy? I bought the Timex Ironman. And I want to say that watch was like $50 or $35 or something like that. I can't remember how much it was. But they had this in there. They had the Hamilton spot, right? And I was like, oh man, I really want that. It was $380. $380. Of course, that was out of my range. But then, like, my paycheck wasn't nothing, man. You don't make nothing as a private, bro. Like, nah. You don't make nothing as a private. But you eat good, though. You definitely eat good. But yeah, that's my connection with Hamilton. Even though it's Swiss made now, but like that's just it. Outside of that, and I said it before, Hamilton plays it safe on a regular basis. They don't go outside the parameters of this. And the latest and greatest is that power reserve. And from a standpoint of, is that hype, or is that, like, I think that kind of died off maybe 2 weeks after everybody, all the YouTubers dissected it, and it was cool when, certain YouTubers talked about it, and then it's on to the next. Nothing stands out. Hold on, wait, let me get into this. You need something, okay. Skylar, no, it's because it's solid gold. I saw it. I'm missing the whole conversation. Friends, don't let friends buy panorama. Hey, man. Oh, yeah, all of the orient pieces are cool, but I don't know why I wear them. Why I don't wear them. Kokomo can put a watch together for me. You gifted your Bambino as well, beautiful watch, but it just wasn't your style. I saw the Bambino. I like the Bambino. And if I was to get that thing, it'd just be because it was talked about so much. I wouldn't wear it. I wouldn't wear it because I'd be into. I think my Seiko is better than that Bambino. So I won't look back if I go big. He does lives outside. He's trying to be a target. He's at a show like, bro. Hey, look. Let me tell you this. The day I do get that big piece, whatever that piece is, bro, you would never see me go live. Man, I'll be in the crib. I would, man, please. I'm not taking, nah. Because that'd be the day somebody pull up and I can't reach my bag in time, bro. Yo, oh man, dude. I'm like, bro, whoever you are, if I get, you better get me right then and there. Because if I ever see you out in public, I don't even want to watch back, man. I am going to annihilate everything about it, man. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine. Oh. Lord forbid that ever happened to me. Stop the camera. Unless it's a Rolex, no one will know the difference. Hey, wait a minute. Who said that? Hey, Ben, I will have to say I rock with that response because I was watching a blog to watch, and Jay Leno said that he wore his high-end pieces, like just he'll be out there wearing it, and he said nobody ever noticed it. He said maybe one person would say. He said nobody noticed that. Like I got on in a very expensive watch. Then he mentioned that who did he get? He got an Omega from James Bond. But yeah, man. And that's the thing too. Like in my area, 9 times out of 10, people wouldn't know what the heck I got. You have a nice collection, but there's a lot of overlap and a bunch of factory conveyed belt watches. Every gentleman needs one or 100. Trap stay strapped. Plus, I'm around the corner. Hey, most cannot spot a luxury watch from afar. I totally disagree. Only Rolex is spotted. Yeah, and even that, like, you know what I'm saying? I know my piece that I'm getting wouldn't be a Rolex. It wouldn't be the Omega. Yeah. But I got some stuff in mind, and I am reaching for that. Let's just say that. This is going to come, especially with what I got going on, y'all. Man, yeah. And it's going to be the ultimate watch for me. And that's something I definitely want to pass down. Because I do think about, like, with this whole journey with YouTube and collecting watches and stuff like that, I do think about, leaving this for my family. Like, y'all know I think about my granddaughter, like, because it's funny when she started coming around, and that was the one thing she loves, my hats and my watches. She always grabbed the hats, and she'll take it off my head, put it on hers, but then she'll look at me, she'll take it off her head, put it back on mine. So I got a bunch of hats, right? And there's some hats I wear more than others, and she's used to that. When she comes to the house, she goes to the same watch every time. She goes to the same spot, and she pick out, there's certain watches that I know she like, right? So, plus I don't have it with me, my Longines, where she launched. How old is she? Gosh. I think she had just turned 2, and she launched that thing. Bow, just hit. I was like, oh my gosh. And it's a little divot in it. So I named her Ladybug, but after that I started calling her Monster. I said, girl, you tearing up everything. Keep on trapping, Travis. Just be you because you're in a happy place. Oh yeah. Trust me. That's the other thing too. I want to bring and allude to this topic. Again, this topic was originally sparked by James's video from yesterday, and even that Jay Leno interview. I was just sparked about, because I think watches are so dope, man. It's very interesting, and I love seeing a lot of you guys' collection. I may not comment on Watch Crunch like that, but I do look at your collections, and I'm like, yo, that is so dope, man. Very true, man. Nobody will know what you're rocking. A Platinum Patek 6196. I guarantee you nobody, man, no. Heck no. John, absolutely not. I promise it. Matter of fact, and I know I have a relative right now that is into fashion, Jordans, the whole nine, and may rock a timepiece here too. No Rolex, definitely knows Rolex. But when I was talking, we were talking watches, sitting down, and I was going over all these watches with him. He had no idea I was showing him. He was like, "What is that?" I said, "You don't know what the AP is, bro? What's that?" Didn't know what a Patek was. Didn't know what Oris was. I was like, went to Rolex. Oh, I know what that is. And then there's only certain models. I was showing different models like the Sky Dweller. Didn't know what that was. I'm like, so, and this is somebody that is glued in on fashion and glued in on expensive stuff like jewelry, like glued in. And I'm like, yo, you didn't know these watches exist? You didn't know what they were? Just a brand name. Like, okay, somebody that's enthusiastic about it can break it down by the model number, even the date it was, it was created and the purpose and stuff like that. But he didn't even know Watch Addict. What's going on, Watch Addict? Yes, this is the Call of Duty piece. Yep. Being denial is not a river in Egypt. I think you have to factor potential customer service issues from smaller independents that is sell artisanal handcrafted watches, especially if they have their own movement. Julius, thank you for bringing that up. That is I'll say the interesting thing that I'm diving into, honestly, is there's so many factors. There's so many factors in it, and like trying to find the perfect watch for you, whether it is handcrafted or it's on an assembly line, you do have to factor in those things. Like if this watch was to defect, how easy or hard or difficult, what's the difficulty level of getting this watch repaired? Will I be ready for that cost? If it's going, let's say I paid $7,000 or $12,000 or even $20,000 for the watch, and it cost me $7,000 to $15,000 to get it repaired. Am I willing? Am I ready for that? I do factor that in. What is the failure rate of a in-house movement? You know what I'm saying? And is it possible? Because I know Kokomo. I'm close to Kokomo, and right now, Adam, and this is something that I had talked to Adam about. I said, bro, respectfully, you're getting up in age, and it's going to come a time where you have to pass the reins down. And can the next person, your protege, can they do what you do or exceed what you do? And are they willing to teach the next? Because that's important. That's important. You think about it, anything can happen. What if they get sick? What if they have a terminal illness? Stuff happens, bro. And that's the one thing I was thinking about with MBNF. You have multiple people working on different things, man. And I think that's a brand. I mean, it's an amazing brand, honestly. Some of those watches are so far out, like crazy. I know I wouldn't wear them, but I would love to look at them. I would actually love to put them on just to, get a feel for it. But what happens to the person that put your watch together? What if they leave? What if they go? You know what I'm saying? These are questions I have. Obviously, the cost. Homemade timepieces is a factor too. MC's in the building. King of the Lives. Thank you. Guarantee nobody will know you're rocking a Calatrava or what a reversal is. So I am telling you. Stop being scary, Trap. No one will notice. Bro, I swear. I ain't scary. I mean, I think, was that a year or 2 years ago? I believe those two dudes, I was out, and I think that was 2 years ago. 2 summers ago, I was out, and 2 guys walked out the woods. I was at the park, and they walked out the woods, made a beeline for me. They said, yo, man, what's your shoe size? And I had my bag, and I was like, I reached my hand in the bag. I was like, what kind of question is that, bro? Like, why would you walk up, like, y'all walking out the woods, asking, like, what? I'm like, bro, now I got my bag, and I'm like, man, y'all better be careful what y'all do next, because I don't believe in safety. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say I'm, like, overly concerned when I go out, but, yeah, I'm cautious. Let's just say that. We don't need Jay Leno to tell you that he lives amongst the rich. I'm giving you the perspective from the streets. Well, Jay Leno was just a guy that's like, I mean, he just happened to get a break. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even looking at his, well, I guess you can't factor in his fame, but again, I was just looking at the fact that with his fame and his budget, if you will, he's still trying to impress people, and he stated that, hey, shoot, they didn't even know what I had. I was saying, so yeah, that's all I'm saying. Me and Jay Leno, yeah, completely different people. We'll never be in the same circle. And the only thing we have in common is the fact, well, he likes cars, I love cars, and watches. I don't know what else. I don't dig into his life like that. Trav just said he's reaching for the crown. What? And man, he say that he'll go ain't longer. Hold up, man. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Let's see. He'll go a longer zone. Imagine Trav get a crown and comes you're brand new with a turtleneck. Never. Skylar, you would never, bro. Man, bro, for those that seen that show In Living Color when Homie the Clown got approached by a group of men, and yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, that ain't me. Was it Tommy Davidson said, "You're not Homie the Clown, you're Homie the Man." Yeah. And if you don't know, you gotta Google it. I know it's all love, man. Yeah. Ditch Hannibal Trap. I'm a better friend. Oh my gosh. Hey, man, this is hilarious. It's hard to think of any other artisanal or mostly hand finished below 10 to 15K. Can somebody help Travis get into something built, hand finished hands? Craftsman. Trap, a Rolex will come with a diamond chain and sunglasses. Hate, Trap needs guidance, John. Expected my check from RGM today. We are on the same page. Trap needs him real artwork, not done by a machine. Hey, I'm done, bro. Yeah, this year's over with. This year's over with, bro. You're not paying out. Yeah, I was just throwing a number out. And that number actually, so I was at Kokomo, and I don't know what model it was. This guy brought a Patek in, and this Patek was jacked. And it's an older model. Oh my gosh, I don't know if it was 7 years old, but like what they were saying to him was like, Patek doesn't keep certain modules and springs and stuff like that, so they got to fabricate. And they hit him high. Dude, they hit him high on repair costs. I said, what? So they were waiting. I don't even know if he agreed to the repair costs. We're talking about over $15,000 to repair this watch. And I was like, sheesh. I'm done and now going to the Accutron DNA or Space View. Okay. The worry about service price is really only an issue for QP or something like a minute repeater. Almost purchased one last year. Piaget. Neo Vintage. Chopard dress watches would be a great place to look at. Man, you know what's crazy? Chopard is so weird, man, with their catalog, bro. Cause like you'll look and they have just like a number of just crazy looking pieces. And then they got those ones that I'm like, I hate the way they look, man. It's like out of a catalog or something, like they like fashion watches, expensive fashion watches. I ain't like, it's some of the designs I absolutely hate. Some of them are pretty dope. But they're weird how their stuff is. My route in the cold. Bro, it's like 6 degrees outside here, man. Trap is just an excuses not to boss up. I haven't seen. I'm Gucci, brother. We're gonna have to call him out on that. He be reaching like a Rudy Poo. He knows he can save up for a nicer piece. Oh, I can definitely save up for something. And who knows? I might be saving up for it right now. What's up, Jay Jones? Matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do, y'all. Seeing that Jay Jones is into the building. Jay Jones, we're gonna help you out right now because the guys in the chat are telling me that I need to gravitate towards something artisanal, something that is hand built, something that will like just push my expectations of a watch over to the next level. So what's going to happen in this instant, Jay Jones, instead of you spending $350,000 with Jake to buy that watch like you said you were going to do, I need you to hold off. I need you to hold off. I need you to sell your entire collection. Keep one or two, you know what I'm saying? Keep the ones that mean the most to you, which, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to tell you like this. Keep 10 watches out of your 2,000 count watch collection, right? Sell all of those, right? Send the money over to my Cash App, and that will be seed money for me to get this watch that is going to be the cat's meow. It's going to be that watch that pushed me over the top. It's going to be handcrafted. It's going to do all that. It's going to scratch every itch. It's going to check every box. It's going to make me fall in love with horology all over again. So Jay Jones, as soon as you get that done, I need this done before Christmas. Don't waste no time. So I need you to get on the phone, on the horn right now, and start selling these watches off, bro. And then you got my Cash App. Just send the money over there. Please and thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, no fear. John, everybody will have that watch at some point. Possibly by the new year, as soon as Jay Jones is done selling. We're going to give him the business until he wasn't. Hey, why they pressing in on me, bro? The walls is closing in. They owe me. Yeah, I agree about the service costs. I was only concerned about dealing with customer service. I don't have any contracts. Who would service it? Outside the brand, yeah. I agree with that. You got to go to the AD. Yes, the Ecotron is nice. Next, Milgauss for you. Hey, Milgauss is, hey, that's a piece right there. Interstellar Black. Black PVD, the Murph, and Cooper. I'm not worried about service. I'm a spend. You gonna spend it? Hey. If you buy from a smaller independent brand that doesn't sell LEDs, I think there will be more problems to deal with. Possibly. If I go for the Crown one day, it's most likely to be vintage. I had my 5235 service at. It wasn't unreasonable, just about as normal, less complicated watch. Okay. So I imagine it just depends on the complication of the piece. Now, I don't know what the piece, I didn't see the watch. So I don't know how complicated it was. I was just in there for the conversation. I think I'm putting Travel on timeout. What you putting me on timeout for? I want to find someone that will swap with me and Murph on it. Have the Morse code. Animal want Trap to keep buying low and end up so he can get high-end stuff. It's manipulation. Hey, man, this is hilarious, bro. This is probably one of the funniest episodes, man, of live stream. Trap is buying all German glass suit, everything. Hey, bro, I'm gonna tell you, Handhart, man, Handhart is, German design is dope, though. I like German design. Do I need to get the Cooper now that I have the Murph? It's only right, bro. You got the Murph, you got to get the Cooper. You can't have one without the other, man. Come on, bro. Where's your adventure, man? It's like a G.I. Joe playset, bro. You just can't have a G.I. Joe plane without the pilot, bro. Come on, man. You can't have the helicopter without Wild Bill, bro. What you doing? These young ones, man. Gosh, come on, Skylar. Don't get Skylar started over showing off the tats. Oh, man. You got to get him in a vintage Air King. Skylar gets that Air King. He might switch up on us and start wearing sleeves. Diamond earrings. Wow, Skylar the Cooper quality is fire because of the numerals. They glow. Trap is buying anything he gets his hands on. No, that's you, man. That's you, bro. Don't be trying to put that off on me, man. Get that mess up out of here, bro. What you talking about? I ain't even bought nothing, you feel me? My buying days is over until next year, bro. You feel me? It's not like we got a lot of days left in this year anyway. But I mean, I could squeeze another one out, but I'm not about to squeeze another one out because here's the crazy thing, y'all. Going back to the original statement about, buying these watches, I do have a number of, bro, I got so many watches and I only wear a few on a regular basis, like from out the Soul PRX to like whatever. You guys have seen in the past few months what watches I gravitate towards more than anything. You guys do. You've seen them. And, after going to these different shows and stuff like that, and watching a lot of YouTube videos, there are a number of watches. I mean, hence, I got this Oris book. At some point in time, there will be an Oris in my collection. I like Oris. I think Oris is phenomenal. I just want to collect the watches that, I agree with, that I identify with. And as far as, let's just say this, as far as the cost of like repair, I'm not overly, honestly, that's the least of my worries. That's the least of my worries. Now, will a watch need to repair over time? If it stopped working, yeah, okay, I get it fixed, no problem. And we'll just go from there. Cause I had a few of my watches repaired. I had one of my Valjus repaired. That thing just was done. Wow, what did that cost me? I don't know, $300. I think, whatever. About 300, I think it was. I've had some other watches repaired, man. It cost me about $120 to repair. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. I just think, honestly, from a perspective, there is a difference. I believe there's a difference. If you guys think I'm wrong about saying this, I think there's a difference in the amount of watch or the type of watches that a YouTuber would get versus the general public, right? Because what is a YouTuber thinking about once you get on here to showcase? I think that's important, and it's obvious that like James called, I saw some of the comments that James got for that latest video, man. Erebus, can a Microbrand do better than the luxury or what have you? Let me see your revelation. One comment goes, I had the same revelation. I've always wanted a Citizen. The design and amazing accuracy hooked me. And then Erebus reissued their Ascent hack. A beautiful design, very similar to the lines of Citizen. And within 5 seconds of that amazing accuracy, I ordered the hack. Now, this person chose a hack, the Erebus, a watch that, I mean, when did what is Erebus, 2 years old now? And somebody chose a watch that is improving over Citizen. And I don't know those of you guys that has purchased from Erebus, from Jody, and those of you guys that met Jody, I've heard your testimonies that Jody's a pretty decent dude that you guys enjoy. You're like, he's awesome, right? Customer service wise, I don't know how he operates customer service wise. I'd imagine that it'll be dope. He would have to, I would think that he would be amazing because he's on YouTube. That would be crazy for him to have terrible customer service, seeing that he is a public figure here. Okay, hold up. It was one. He said, whoever No is, this is very similar to how I feel about my Casio Oceanus S100. which I wear far more than watches I own that are objectively nicer. I also pre-ordered the Accent Hack last month, and I'm already fairly certain it will end at the top of the rotation. As the years of collecting has gone by, I rediscovered an appreciation for a good quartz watch. Now, again, this is somebody, I don't know what this person's watch collection looks like, but you got a number of people in here that's like, yo, they're in agreement. There was one that I read that they did not agree with what he said. I can't find it. Some people saying that they're more concerned about their journey and stuff like that. But there was a comment in there that stated they didn't agree with the Erebus being should even be compared to that watch. Fred are here. Alexander Shorkoff. Okay. Christopher, let me hold something, big dog. I know you slaying the packs. Wow. It was 19 degrees, man, it was colder than that here, bro. Crown Vision 3D, oh, man, okay, now I got the Crown, that's crazy. 2026, Trap will reach for the Crown, baby. Wow. Chat, Trap has loot. Don't get it twisted. He paid cash in coins. He loaded, wow. Hannibal's neighbor just told me he seen Hannibal wear an army green white beard tucked into Levi's. Hey, I'm tagging that. I'm repinning that. Hold up. I'm repinning that. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That is wild, bro. Oh, man. This is why coming from that perspective. Okay. What's the first watch for 2026? I don't know yet, bro. I don't know yet, honestly. I'm coming up on 1 million views, man. YouTube just sent me that notification that I hit 925,000 views, channel views overall, and I'm 75,000 views away from hitting a milli, and I want to add a watch to that. Like, what is my 1 millionth view watch? I don't know yet. I have a number of watches thought, and I imagine that the way I'm going trajectory, it may be like towards the end of February that I actually get that, or it could, I don't know. Maybe it's the beginning of February, but which is crazy because it's Black History Month. That will be a significant feat for me to acquire because, gosh, I would have never thought I'd have got to this point, honestly. It's unnecessary for the small independent brands. He said, boo, Alexander Shorkoff. He said it's weak sauce. Ooh. Handcrafted, rules out Crown, straight German. I like this comment. He said, if the watch is on my wrist, then it's the perfect watch. I'm not talking. Has to be Tudor. Tudor year. I think Tudor's gonna have a pretty. I don't know. I'm actually curious to see what they come up with. What colorway? What's going to be the color for the new year? Appreciate it, Sky. Ben is seriously hating today. Is it hate or a good question? If someone hasn't experienced wearing a Rolex, can they actually judge it? That's a question. That is a question, sir. Is that possible? What's up, man? Is that possible for you to judge? Can you judge a watch that you've never worn or experienced? Or are you in I don't think, I don't know. I can't speak for anybody else, but I think some of the Rolex hate comes from all of the hype around it and the arguments around it and people that, I don't know. I think there's a lot more to that Rolex hate than just the actual watch. Because shoot, I've seen people that didn't know that, the Sky Dweller had the complications it did. They just thought like, oh, it's just a time only piece. Shoot, there was a guy and yeah. And where were we at? Moyer Jewelers. It was Moyer, and the guy bought it. He didn't know what it did. He got it. It was available. He bought it, and he came back. Was like, "Hey, how do you operate this thing?" I was like, "Wow." Said you just dropped a nice amount of money for that watch, and you didn't know how to operate it. That's crazy. That's wild. I buy a lot of micros you all recommend. I can say which ones are cheap and which one and wears badly. Others that wear well. I'll never buy an Omega. Says, let me see. Okay, you said, all right, you'll do AP, Patek, Vacheron, Longa, Glashut. Yes, okay. Hannibal, I'm not buying any more watches this year. Bro, it's only 2 weeks left in the year, bro. What are you talking about? Why you saying, I'm not buying no watch? Jay Jones, bro, y'all, I'm about to end on that one, man. Jay Jones just gave me high blood pressure. God, dog, you just spiked, my sugar levels just spiked, bro. That's crazy. This man had bought 1,500 watches this year. So like, hey, man, I ain't buying no more watches for the rest of the year. It's only 2 weeks left. You only got 2 weeks left, bro. What are you talking about, man? Very good. Hold up. I can't buy a Tudor because of his name. The history behind the Tudor is horrific. Wait a minute, Julius. Okay, so I got something. Hold on, write this down. I'm writing down because I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. The history of the Tudor brand, the name itself. Just writing it down because I'm going to research that afterwards. And you're asking about my, and I don't have that out with me. That's funny. I was thinking about bringing that out with me. Dang, I did bring this out. Didn't know I brought this out. Hey, I was about right. I just want to measure what this Invicta was. It is 17.6 thick. I know that's completely random. But yeah, my peach flavored Islander. Hold on, Fred. Three colors, was it? Hold on. I'm just making sure let me see, we're an hour and 23 minutes. Is the watch brand Tudor? You don't know Tudor's history. Come on, player, you gotta do your homework. I don't know, like he's saying there's something dark about the Tudor name, so I gotta see what he's talking about. Ben. And just know this, I will know whatever it is he's talking about, I'll know at the end of this. Yes, because the role symbolizes house. Okay. Now, okay, I will, here's the deal. I will know what you know. And Trapvision knows a lot of things, some things he don't know. All right, so if I didn't meet your expectations today, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the beauty of doing these lives, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you one thing that I will never run away from is that, man, I don't know everything. So, you know what I mean? That's the beauty of getting this information in the live. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess that could be a damning thing in the live too, because if you don't know something, then you get judged as being incompetent, whatever the case is. Because y'all know, if you don't know, I have received some of the worst comments on this thing that you can get. But guess who's been doing this for 7 years, and I'm gonna keep going. I don't care how many punches people throw at me. I don't care how many negative comments, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep pushing because guess what? I love what I do. I enjoy collecting watches like the rest of y'all. I learn about loving all this stuff about horology. You know what I'm saying? And I have room to grow. That's the beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing. There was a guy, I think it was 50 Cent, and it was a couple of other artists that stated they didn't learn their craft completely until like they hit the 10-year mark. No, who was it? Gosh, it was one of 50 Cent's nemesis, and wasn't even 50 Cent. Rick Ross. Like you have to look at that. He was talking about like at his 10-year mark, that's when he was like, hey, I'm starting to get it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's different in their time of knowledge and stuff like that. So, you know, it is what it's going to be. Hans walked off on it. Top notch. Don't be a Rudy Poo because I said you should know. Oh man, why I gotta be a Rudy Poo? But I'll be a Rudy Poo coming from that guy, one of the greatest wrestlers ever. If y'all don't know the reference, it's better than being what they call the greatest of all time, John Cena. Hustle, loyalty, respect, which went out like a Rudy Poo for real. And I know that's completely different from watches, but you know, let this be marketed or documented in time. That as a watch collector, I am a wrestling fan, and to watch where wrestling has come full circle and watching one of the greatest performers, supposed greatest performers, go out with, that was the worst way to leave the WWE as a professional wrestler. Tragic. It was a car crash on an inch of black ice. That sucked. But at any rate, try to Ben come up next live and have him host the show so he can see how easy it is. Hey, Ben don't even want to come up, bro. Like, we've been trying to get Ben to come up and do a show, bro. Like, Ben won't do it. I told Ben, I said, bro, hit me up on Instagram, man. Like, let's do a live or something. And he won't do it, bro. He don't want to, like, man, Ben is sitting on so much knowledge. Ben is sitting on some of the dopest watches, man. Like, bro, Ben won't do it. And then he a vet. I'm like, come on, bro. One vet with another vet on the show? Come on, bro. Bro, how many times we got to twist your arm to come up here, bro? We're begging for your content. That's the crazy thing. Ben, we're like, yo, come out, bro. Either you come out with your own or come up on somebody's stage, bro. Let's get it, bro. Let's eat. I don't care if it's Instagram. I don't care if it's TikTok or here. Let's get it. So I expect Ben 10. You know, that'd be a perfect gift, bro. Like, it's Christmas, Ben 10. Can we get a Ben 10 episode? Can we get a JLC episode, bro? Come on, Ben. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro? Can we get a state of the collection, Ben? Y'all, everybody in the chat, man. Hashtag Ben 10 State of the Collection, man. 2025. Forget 2026. You can do whatever you want to next year. Can we get that before the year's out, bro? Come on, man. Chocolate drop in the building. You don't have to show your face, bro. You don't have to show your face, bro. Show your hands, bro. Show your eyes. Come on, Bill. What you doing, bro? We can blur your face and hide your voice. Peer pressure.
Yes, my name is Ben 10. I am an autonomous being from the planet Cybertron, and this is my state of collection.
That's all you gotta do, bro. That's all you gotta do. Chocolate drop in the building. You said, I am buying the Invicta Pro Diver. Will I regret it? Well, let me tell you something. It depends on which one you're going to get. So if you go and get the Pro Diver 1953, beautiful. If you're getting the 9937 OB, beautiful. If you're getting the 8837 OB, I think that's what it is, beautiful. One comes with an inch 35, the other one comes with a Salida $200. If you want to, like, they do have a quartz version too. So if you want to just get that, yeah, you like the Pro Diver is sweet. The Pro Diver is actually one of the best ones to get into if you want to like dive into that. Yes, it wears well. It looks good on leather. Like when you switch out bracelets and stuff like that, they look amazing, really good. But that is one of the more approachable ones, unless you are into the larger pieces and more eccentric and just wild pieces. But since you asked about Pro Diver, yeah, Pro Divers are pretty dope. They're pretty dope. And they're inexpensive too, so yeah, you won't regret it. Buy an older one. Buy an older one. I don't know about their new ones. Like their new ones, but yeah. The older ones are pretty dope. No face, no case. State of the collection. It is. Stay tuned. Oh, let's go. Ben 10 is in the building, man. 8926 OB, fully automatic. Yep, there we go. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a dope one. Ben has a Google 4Z quadruple tourbillon. God, dog, he said quadruple. We got him. A wolf mask on. Hey, that'd be dope, bro. Like, yeah, man, that's dope. A wolf mask? Oh, yeah. Nobody want to see your face, bro. We want to see your watch. Hey. Call me Kodak Black. Oh my gosh. Hey man, with that being said, hey, I'm out of here, bro. I appreciate y'all watching, man. It's time for me to eat. It's 1 o'clock. Do you know where your watch collection is? Okay, all right, hold on, let me see. I know JD is trying to get VPN location for you, bro. Ain't nobody thinking, even me. I got him. Appreciate the live trap. Yeah, man, Ben 10, bro. Anytime, man. Can't wait for you to do. Man, I definitely want to see your steady collection, bro. I want to hear what you got to say. Want to get, like, really all BS aside, bro. Like, I really want that, to see that. And want to see where we go, man. I appreciate everybody that came in. And, like, John, everybody. Jay Jones for I'm not buying no more watches. Skylar, dope live yesterday. That was super dope, man. Bringing us one of the, that was dope. You guys pick and choose if you want to get the Flux, man. I think it's a dope watch, or the Valor, whichever. And yeah, man, let's keep moving this needle forward, man. I'm loving this whole vibe. I'm loving the whole collective, and we get to do something, man. We get to just like, as a collective, agree on at least that one thing, is that we like watch together. We may not like everything else about each other, man, but at least we got one thing in common, which is dope at the end of the day. So I'm out. Appreciate y'all, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed. Dopeness all over again.